Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another renovation. This one's been a long time coming. Honestly, I actually started this one in 2023. And if you've seen any of my updates on this channel, I went through a lot the last couple years and it kind of got pushed to the wayside for 2 years. But I knew that even when I canceled most of my other series that I was doing at the time because I needed a fresh start, I knew that I was always going to continue the renovations. I just needed to be in a place to be back into them. And I hadn't been yet. And now I am. I'm actually really interested in doing them. I am so far behind on the packs. I mean, I don't have the money to keep up with them. Anyway, they're just coming out faster than I can make money at this point. But I do want to get some more of them at some point and really expand what I can do, especially in some of these renos. That's why I usually go for the kits and things that are more build related versus like cast related, just because I do love the aspect of building and decorating a lot more than I do creating a sim. I do like playing with the Sims, but I could kind of care less about how many clothes and stuff I have or like piercings or hairstyles. I want to deck out the place. Gotta deck out the crib. Some of this I think also comes from the fact that I do not currently have my own place. And so I see people decorating their own houses and having fun with decor and stuff. And I'm like, I want that. But I currently can't have that. So Sims is going to be kind of my way of hopping in and having that, I guess. So the next ones, I think you'll see a lot more of me kind of taking over in what I would do currently. This one is kind of a more modern style with a lot of wood and brick. Like that brick is throughout the entire household. And I want to do a lot of like light woods, so I did that. And then I did like the light tiles. I did these light tiles that I thought really kind of worked with the space, and I think I used those for the bathrooms as well. I wasn't really sure what to do with this apartment. I actually thought it was a different one, and I was like, well, this is not what I expected at all. So, surprise to me, this was definitely not what I had been planning when I went into this. I thought it was the other penthouse suite that you can do a lot more with. Not this one. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. Anyway, I wanted to keep it very kind of simple, like very modern, and have a lot of like the brick and wood, like I said, but also very just simple with some nice design. And this piece is actually my favorite, this like bar that I make out of it. I was absolutely obsessed with how it came out, honestly. I thought it was so good. I'm like, I want one of these in like my own house. So, yeah. I loved this one. And there was just a lot of like nooks and crannies that I ended up with that I was really like not happy with, but we made it work. I think we put like a bookshelf here in the little cubby too, and that kind of was nice to have that little bit of extra in there. And I actually did this over 3 different sessions from 2023 to now. So there's kind of some gaps in me figuring out what the heck I was doing. Like I started on the bottom floor, and then I was like, wait, you never even finish that one. What are you thinking? So there's kind of a lot of jumping back and forth, and I'm sorry for that. I apologize. I just would do it in long chunks, and then it kind of changed. We're kind of matching all the wood here because I really liked that light style of wood that the kitchen had. Pulled it into the bar, pulled it into that like accent piece. It was fantastic. The lower floor I do kind of like. The upper floor, I kind of got to the point with the upper floor that I was like, I'm ready to move on to something else because it's been 2 years. And so I kind of threw it together, but I wasn't too thrilled with it. It's not the worst thing I've ever done. I'm not like, this is horrible. I don't want to ever look at it again. But it's definitely not what I think I would have normally done, I guess, if that makes any kind of sense. It's just not what I fully wanted, I guess. And I thought I cut out all these little stops, so I totally apologize for that. I kind of realized at one point here that if I was going to get into the bathroom, I was going to have to add a door. That little area is supposed to be a bathroom. And I think that's the bathroom. Yeah, bathroom and the laundry room's downstairs, I believe. And I will have to kind of redo part of this design, which was annoying, but you know what? Things happen. Life goes on. As you know, it's been, 2 years since I started this. I knew right away that I wanted a piano in this build somehow because it's just such a magnificent apartment, a magnificent penthouse. And I was like, the piano's got to go in. It has to. There's no way that you cannot put a piano in this one and not, like, you just can't. So I wasn't sure what to do with the decor a little bit because, I'm trying to go for this wood and stone and modern-esque things. And this is when I realized that I needed a door. I was like, shoot. So this style was kind of hard for me to figure out for like the colors. And so I tried to keep it to like more of the darker, like grays, whites. I think I did a little bit of the blue here and there. And then also just some of the some pops of color here and there, but mostly just keeping it as. So we worked on the porch. We got this kind of nice. I wanted like a little bit of a garden. You kind of are high up, but you can still have some gardening. So I put the little plant pots there, and I kind of debated on if that's what I wanted to go there, but ultimately I decided that, yeah, that was fine, and that could stay. And I liked also having the little like sitting area and the grill. I thought it was the perfect little outdoor spot for being in the city. It worked just so wonderfully. So this bathroom I actually really enjoy with the tying in of the wood, and I think I completely forgot to do it in the other ones. I kind of went more stone in the other ones, which is totally fine because it fits with the vibe of the stone and the wood. I did keep the floor and the wallpaper the same. I thought that was kind of a unique thing to do, to have the wallpaper all the brick, as if it is just a completely brick building. I don't think I've ever done a build before where I have kept every wall the exact same. So that was kind of fun for me to do and make work. And I think I actually am missing a part because I think we're about to go down and do that gym area, and it is not there. So I went and checked, and I definitely do not have that part of the recording. I don't know where it went. I must have deleted it because I did go and clear out a lot of my files in the beginning when I first moved, figured out what I didn't need, and I might have accidentally thrown it into the didn't need because I had a lot of old files for doing the like other renos that I had done, and I just went through and I probably thought it was connected to a different one than this one. So my bad, y'all. That's not there. um you'll get to see in the screenshots, I guess. But I did a gym, I did a sauna, I did kind of like a little bathroom that connected to the pool room, to the sauna, and to the main area, I believe. I changed the layout around a little bit. The bathroom has like 2 separate sections. One is for like showering, and the other is just the toilet. And I think a sink in it. Maybe it's just the toilet. So it kind of has separate sections of like, oh, you need a shower after you do the gym, you can go there. Otherwise, you can just use the other bathroom. I loved the pool area, so I can't wait for you guys to see the screenshots of that because that was probably one of my favorite areas in the house too. I did like having the little shelves behind the desk. I thought that was kind of cute. I wanted to do them against the window, but I was like, realistically, you probably would not put built-in shelves next to the window, and that's kind of what those give me of like they're built against the wall. So I kind of left it as is. This is the master bed, and I didn't really know what to do with it just because I wanted the closet and the bathroom, and the closet was kind of tiny anyway, and the bathroom was also kind of tiny. But I figured having this like split wall maybe would be kind of good. And I still don't know how I feel about it, but I think it came out all right. The closet I changed around a little so I could adjust a couple things so I could put a fireplace. So you'll see those change. And then in the screenshots, part of the closet is missing. I do not know why. When I went to go take them, I noticed they were gone and I was like, "Oh, okay." But honestly at that point I kind of was like, it's minor at that aspect. So I didn't really bother with retaking those screenshots, so you'll see that there's a couple pieces in the closet that are missing. I kind of redid the rugs because I know the fireplaces can catch the rugs on fire, and I was like, even though I probably won't be ever using this as a build, I don't want it to catch on fire, so we're not doing that. I still have to figure out how to upload multi-level apartments into the game, into the gallery, not the game. So if anyone knows how to do that, please let me know. Like, let me know if there's a secret way to do it or something. Or I know For Rent came out a while ago, so if there's another way to make the apartments happen with that, let me know. Like I said, it's been 2 years, really, since I've touched this game. So if there's something that makes it easier to upload the multi-level apartments, please let me know because I would love to get all of these up there. This room came out okay to me as well. It wasn't my favorite because I wasn't really sure what to do, but I did end up kind of going with like a teenager type vibe with the mirror and the ottoman, and there's gonna be a bunch of posters on the wall because I just wasn't really sure what to do for decor. And like I said earlier, this build was kind of like at the end of its life for me. I was really tired of it. I just wanted to move on to something else, but I wanted to also finish it. So that is what I did. I love the ivy above the bed. I actually have some above my bed, but it's not quite enough. They have some fairy lights attached to it in my room, but it wasn't quite enough for me in real life, I should say. It's not quite enough for me, so I'll have to do that at some point. But yeah, this room I also wasn't a big fan of. It was kind of small, and I wanted to have its own like little library, but there really wasn't room for it. So it kind of just worked out as it was, and I was like, you know what? It's good for like a modernish penthouse vibe that's kind of very clean and sleek. It works. And the last bedroom I did like a twins room. I was thinking kind of like twin boys more so, but it could be anybody. I tried 2 twin beds, but it wasn't really working. So I did the bunk beds, which worked out a lot better. I completely forgot to put stuff on their nightstand. Don't hate me for that. But yeah, this is coming to basically the end. I wanted to have some kids stuff in there, and I think I put in a fish tank. So the screenshots are coming up. I hope you enjoy seeing them and seeing the pieces that we missed of this video because, oops. I will see you guys all in the next one. I hope you enjoyed this build and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye, everybody.